Thank you. After that introduction, I thought I had died. President, members of the faculty, members of the board of directors, all of you, I'm so honored to be here. Receiving this award, I'll travel the world and be proud of Verne University. To me, I will spread the word of what great institution this is. So I'm happy to be with you today. I'm honored that I would receive a degree of, what is it? You know, I can remember not too long ago, I was in spring training, and they said that I had to go to Washington. They were having a big affair for the President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. So I leave spring training and I go to Washington. I was in this hotel. There were 3,000 people in this hotel. And they had two speakers, Margaret Thatcher and me. And she spoke first. She got 3 standing ovations. I'm sitting there crying. What about me? So something hit me when I got up. I said, you know, when I found out I was to speak to such an illustrious group of people, I said to myself, Tommy, you better sit down and write the best speech you've ever written in your life. And at 3 o'clock this morning, I had it. I said, this speech will definitely make an impact on those people. And when I got to Washington, I lost my speech, and Margaret Thatcher found it. I come here today not to hear myself speak. I came here today to deliver a message to all of you young, industrious, aggressive seniors who have just graduated from this great university. You're going out into a big world. You were tough in the classroom, but now you're going to have to be tough out there. You see, there are 3 types of people, just like I told my players, 3 types of players. Number 1 is the one who makes it happen. Number 2 is the one who watches it happen. And number 3 is the one who wonders what has happened. You must make it happen. Because I am trying to tell you what it is going to take for you to make it. You see, I know how old you are, but you don't know how old I am. But I've lived a life. I'm 85 years old, and I've lived a life of such greatness. 64 years with the Dodgers, and 63 years married. And my wife just recently accused me of loving the Dodgers more than I love her. I told her, say, yeah, but I love you more than I do football and basketball. But what is it going to take for you to make it? That's the message. You got to be like the wise old owl. The more he saw, the less he spoke. And the less he spoke, the more he heard. And the more he heard, the more he learned. So I want you to be like that wise old owl today. You see, it's going to take a number of things for you to be successful in life. You've worked very, very hard. You got a good education. I tell the story about the 3 young men who had graduated college. The first father walked up to the first lad and he handed him a set of keys. This is our gift to you. You worked hard. You studied real hard. You got yourself a good education, and this is our gift to you. And the second father walked up to the second lad, put his arms around him. He said, your mother and I are proud. You made many sacrifices. You wanted it. You did it. You got a great education. Here's a check for $10,000. Spend it as you see fit. And the third father walked up to the third lad, put his arm around him. He said, your mother and I are very proud of you. You worked awful hard. You got a good education. You're ready to go out into the big world now. Good luck, son. I said, hey, wait a minute, Dad. My buddy over there got a car. My other buddy over there got a check for $10,000. You didn't give me anything. He said, that's where you're wrong, son. Your mother and I are giving you a much bigger and a much better gift than those two received. He said, what do you give me, Dad? He said, I'm giving you the world. Go out and earn it. And that is what you're going to have to do. That's what you're going to have to do, is go out and earn it. You got to pay the price. And the price of success can only come through the avenue of hard work. Self-confidence. Self-confidence is the first step to success. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. I can remember when I was named the manager of the Dodgers. Vince Scully, in his own inimitable way, said, you are replacing a man who's been here for 23 years. You are replacing one of the greatest managers in the history of baseball. You are replacing a future Hall of Famer. Don't you think there's going to be a lot of pressure on you? And I didn't even hesitate. I said, well, you want to know something, Vinny? I'm worried about the guy who's going to replace me. You see, if I was worried about that guy I was replacing, there's a chance I might have felt inferior. But when I thought about the guy coming in after me, all of a sudden I felt superior. This is what you got to do. You got to believe that you can do it. You got to believe that you got to go after your dreams. Dreams become realities. I can remember when I was about 12 years old. I used to go to bed, and I was dreaming that I was pitching for the New York Yankees. And there was Babe Ruth in the outfield, and Joe DiMaggio in center field, and the great Yankees. And I was the pitcher on this team. And then all of a sudden, I feel my mother shaking me and say, wake up, Tommy. It's time to go to school. Why did she take me away from that dream? It was real. That dream was really real. And then many years later, we were playing the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. Yogi Berra was the hitter, and the manager went out to the mound, and he signaled for the left-hander to come in. And I was the left-hander warming up in the bullpen. And as I walked from the bullpen to the pitcher's mound, I looked around like this as I was walking. I said, I've been here many times in my dreams. If you dream of something that you want to do, it can happen, because it does happen. You got to pay the price. You got to understand, you're in this big, wide world now. You've gotten yourself a good education. Now you're going to take education with you, and you're going to bring it with you for the rest of your life. You see, education is something that no one can take away from you. Education is going to something that will open many doors for you for success. All you got to do is believe. You got to believe that you can reach whatever level that you're looking for. But you got to believe in yourself. And to remember, it doesn't come easy. You got to pay the price. And the price of success can only come through the avenue of hard work. You got to pay the price. Get what you want. Say what you want to be, what you want to do, and get out there and do it just like you did getting this cap and gown in this huge room today. But you got to believe in yourself. It's always that way. I see ball players who believe in themselves, and I see ball players who don't believe. I could remember when Cardinal O'Connor made mass for my mother in New York, and I met him afterwards. And he said to me, "Tommy, all you talk about is motivation. Are you trying to tell us you have to motivate a ball player making $5 million, $10 million, $15 million? You mean to tell us you got to motivate them?" Everybody in this country, from the President of the United States on down to the lowest job, at some time needs to be motivated. Because you may think you're doing your best, but in reality you aren't. And you need that one little bit of motivation to bring you a little bit step higher. He said, "When did you start believing in this motivation?" I said, "I can remember the day that I could motivate a ball player. I was managing Spokane of the Pacific Coast League. We were playing in Tucson. We had them beat 2-1. They had the bases loaded and 2 outs, and I had a little left-hand pitcher named Bobby O'Brien on the mound. So I said, I better get out there and get this guy believing that he's going to get this batter out. So I walked out and I said, "Bobby, if the heavens could come apart and you could hear the voice of the big Dodger in the sky talking to you, and he says to you, 'Bobby, this is the last hitter you're going to face on earth, and you're going to die and come to heaven with me.' I said, 'Son, how would you like to go facing the Lord? Giving him up a base hit or getting this guy out?' He said, 'Skipper, I want to go facing the Lord, getting this guy out.' And I said, 'Well, how do you know that when you make that next pitch that you're not going to die? And if you are going to die, son, you got to die getting this guy out.' So before I got back to the dugout, the guy got a base hit. And 2 runs scored. And I was going out to take him out. And I said, I knew I had this guy right where I wanted. So when I said, 'What happened, son?' He said, 'Skip, you had me so afraid of dying, I couldn't concentrate on the hitter.' Now that's motivation. If I get that guy to believe he's going to die, I certainly could get him to believe he's a better ball player. It's motivation. You got to believe in yourself. You got to want it real bad. So today, you've reached a level of success. You got that diploma. And I know one thing. There are your parents who are sitting here today who have sent you here. They told you what you had to do, and they were there with you every day. So I think right now, how about a nice round of applause for your parents? And for the teachers who have prepared you for the way of life. These teachers What they get from out of their job is to see you do well. They work with you, they teach you, they bring you together, and whatever you accept and whatever success in life you achieve, there's a little bit of those teachers right there with them. So how about a round of applause for the teachers? So that is my message to all of you. Go out and earn it. You're going to have to do that. You got to believe in yourself first. So when you go to bed tonight and you lay your head down on the pillow, thank God for all the good things He's given you. Sometimes you might feel cheated, denied, or deprived. Just look over your shoulder and see somebody who's worse off than you. So hold your head up high. Be proud. Be proud of this great university. So when you do sleep tonight and you do say your prayers, if you have any compassion in your heart, you'll say a prayer for Tommy and the Dodgers. Thank you.